Time for the 49ers Rush podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is Tuesday morning in the AM, and I'm so pumped to be right here with the man himself, the Wayne Breezy. Wayne, how we doing, man?
I'm good. You know why I'm good? Because I've been training, and I feel like I'm ready for this training camp that's going down in just about 7 more days.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. That was good. Training camp.
Yeah, you know.
Boom. I love it. I love all the people showing up in the chat already. What's up, guys? Look at Poison Protector. He says, I don't catch live very often. I drive a beer truck. Oh, look at you making people happy in the mountain. And reception sucks. I do, however, catch every episode on audio. I freaking love it, man. Thank you, man. Really appreciate you. And I know that it's such a small amount of listeners and watchers and all that stuff that catch live shows. We're very thankful for however you watch, listen, download. The support is felt, and I freaking love it, man. I really appreciate you guys. Look at this. What's up, Christy? We got hashtag BB, hashtag CC. We got Jax in the building. This is awesome. We got a fun episode for you. This is the dead last installment. Wayne and I have been working for a couple weeks now, all about going through the NFC West. We do this every year and just trying to figure out where everybody ranks 1 through 4. You got the Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, Niners, every single position group, and just kind of stepping out of the bubble right before, we jump into training camp. And this is our last installment. We got wide receivers today, Wayne. So how you feeling about wide receivers?
I'm feeling show me the money, sexy. Like that's how I'm feeling about wide receivers. Listen, this is that position.
Time out.
Ooh.
You're talking about.
I'm talking
Jerry
about
Maguire.
I am
a wide receiver for the Cardinals.
For the stinking Cardinals.
Was it Tisdale? What was his name?
The show me the money wide receiver for the Cardinal just decided that he's going to become a Tennessee Titan for the next 2 years. So how cool and relevant is this? Show me the money. Say it.
I freaking love it, man.
Come on, Tom Cruise. That's it. Oh, what a movie, man. What a movie. Classic.
It was solid. You had me at hello. But anyway, so excited about this. I love seeing all this stuff. What's up, Jax? She says, hey, Wayne and John, today is a good day. In my Ice Cube voice.
Yay.
It's training camp for the rookies. I've been in football terminology. Let's go. I freaking love it. So, for those of you that don't know, the rookies report today. They are showing up at the facility. This is the start of a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, I've got the dates rolling across the screen. So today is rookie report camp. We've got 1 week till the vets show up. Now, what's happening now, Wayne? The rookies report. What is going on for the next day or two, really?
They getting in 49er football shape. They're going to be able to. They're going to be running. They're going to be doing some sprints. Last time I checked, there's probably 0 coaches going to be there. Just, people from the facility obviously will probably be there. Maybe a trainer or 2 or 3 or 4. But listen, they're going to be there getting that good old conditioning in. Remember playing football and those 2 weeks of conditioning in August were the 2 weeks of hell? Like they literally
My son's going through it right now.
I'm sorry for my nephew. But it's the 2 weeks of hell. It's like definitely purgatory. You don't know if you're going to make it in or not, but you got to get through conditioning. No pads, just running and sweating.
Yep, that's what it is, man. I'm proud of my son. New school. He's joining El Cerrito's football team, which they're pretty solid. And, yeah, he's taking it on because he's going through they do 4 days a week. And then afterwards, he's going to the gym and lifting weights on his own. And I'm just like, hell yeah. That's
on his own?
That's my boy. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Telling you,
I love it. You had to pay me to go to the gym to lift.
It was hard, man. But his older brother's getting big into weights. And so he's like, wants to compete with his brother, which I like. So, it's that. What's up, Jack Cooley? Showing up in the super chat. The man, I had the wonderful pleasure of hanging out with Jack in Chicago And it was just
Chi-town.
such a cool dude, man. He says, I'm back. Glad to see you boys. 54 days until the Juice touchdown tracker is back. What a cool fan base. Who keeps track of their fullback touchdowns?
Jack.
I freaking love it, man.
And the rest of us. Listen,
Yeah,
there will never be another Juice. I'll leave it at that.
Best there is, man. Best there is. Now, I am curious. He doesn't have a Super Bowl, I don't think. Maybe he did get one. Do you think
I don't think he got one in Baltimore.
Is he Hall of Fame worthy?
He's probably far away. After you started doing the Hall of Fame tracker, he needs some. He can't
7 Pro Bowls,
but no All Pros, right?
Well, that fullback isn't included in the All Pro.
It's a freaking running back.
Not a position.
I know it's impossible.
And you could thank Roger Craig for that one because he was the first player to ever get All Pro as a fullback running back. And then afterwards, they started siphoning that away, and then they removed it and added a third wide receiver.
So let me tell you about the hate for Roger Craig, who is a semifinalist again for the National Football Hall of Fame. That's hate right there. So you mean to tell me he had an accomplishment, he set the tone, and then they just wiped the whole category out because they didn't want to see it happen again?
I don't know how much of a factor Craig was in that, but yes, I do know the fullback position has been removed from the All-Pro. I'd have to dig some more into the history of that, but
that's how I'm going to take it. I'm going to receive it that way. Yeah, they won't let him in the Hall of Fame, and I can see the NFL, the No Fun League, doing something like that.
They always try and do this. Speaking of Hall of Fame, Jax Knox, man. If there's a Hall of Fame person in this chat, it's Jax. Thank you for the super chat.
Rhymed.
17-0. Jordan Mason, Ji'Ayir Brown, period. Let's go. B.A. Debo, 3rd and 15. Let's go. Whew.
Interesting. You know what? I have a question, John. Rookie camp for training camp is today. Who do you think who has that Mamba mentality out of the rookies that are going to show up? Now, mind you, we're not just talking about the drafted rookies.
Yeah.
We're talking about the UDFAs as well. We have a ton of them. So who do you think has that I'm practicing till the mother freaking lights come back on? Like, they're going to go off, they're going to come back on, and I'm still going to be here. Who has that mentality?
You know who I'm going to pick? Ji'Ayir Brown, obvious choice, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going Braden Willis.
Yeah.
Braden Willis. He was the heart and soul of the Oklahoma team for several years, 2 different coaching staff. I hate OU with a passion. Can't stand them. But I cannot find one negative thing about Braden Willis. So Braden Willis is my quick answer. What about you?
I don't know. Like, I really feel like it's going to be a toss-up between Darrell Luter Jr., who I think is just a phenomenal, Yes. He's a phenomenal athlete that takes like 0 plays off. I know they're not running plays, but he looks like he's in tip-top shape, and he's ready to go. But then Braden Willis was going to be the other kid. Like, and don't sleep on LeBourne. Like, I feel like he's the dark horse, and he's going to rise in this camp.
It's going to be a fun one, man. I'm excited to see who's going to pan out. What's up, RTP? He says, yo, those training camp tickets were gone in 30 minutes to an hour. Bro. Was only able to – he got 3 of them, which is awesome. But, yeah, they went quick.
Well, that's why some people didn't get one of them, because he got 3 of them. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. Now, people were buying them, though. They were going like hotcakes. And let me say this. 49er faithful, okay? Now, I'm not saying this is you, but don't upsell the tickets for like 150. Don't mark the tickets up 140%. Come on. It's a practice. I'm not telling you not to make money.
It's for charity.
Yeah.
If you want to cover a little bit of something, I get it. But having said that, I'm very thankful. Sister Vicky hooked me up. Rusty hooked me up. So I'm very thankful. I'll be able to show up to I'm going to try to get there for all of them. But if you miss those tickets, man, I'm sorry. It's a beautiful thing that this team has gotten so popular and people just want to be there. But there's always a downside. There's always an opportunity cost, which stinks. I hate to say, oh, look at this. One of your listeners, Wayne, red, white, and blue. He said he went to El Cerrito. Look at that. Carrying on the legacy.
All right. Ooh. I don't know anything about California schools.
Hey, there you go, man.
Yeah.
We're up here. It's green and white colors, not the ugly green behind you. But
Hey, that's when I play my video games. You just see me.
oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's one
I
of
thought it
them
was
green.
Celtics. I was
No,
thinking
it's a
shot of the
green
Celtics.
screen chair cover.
There we go. There we
It
go.
is
All right,
ugly. It's ugly for sure.
let's get to these wide receiver rankings. So here's how we do this. We go through each team's depth chart, starters first, then backups, who they drafted, future, and all that kind of stuff. We go through each team. We outline them all. And then afterwards, Wayne and myself, we're going to go through and rank them 1 through 4. Then we're going to add those to the list because I've kept track. I got the receipts.
You got
of
receipts?
how we've ranked every single position group, and we're going to tally that up when we're all said and done. And I think we're going to get a pretty clear picture of what this conference looks like. So let's start as we have with every single position group with the Arizona Cardinals. We'll just go in alphabetical.
Now, before you dive in, I have to say that this is the hardest assignment that we've had to break down. Like that. Like this is the hardest one. I'm not playing any favoritism here. This is definitely the most competitive. But we are talking about units, groups. So that's maybe where there might be a little bit of differentiation. We'll see though.
Yeah. So let's jump in, and it's going to get weird. And real quick, Uncle Salty, he says, I'm not nominated for the Hall of Fame. Disappointed. Salty, you're in the senior division, buddy. You are one of the senior editions, and you are in, my friend. So look at Wade, he covered which we know Salty personally. So you can't be called Salty and not be able to take it. I'm just saying.
He's going to clap back, John, so get ready.
Oh, I know he is. And that's why we love him. That's why we love him. And I look forward to having sharing bread and drinks with you again in Seattle.
Yes.
When we come up your way, my friend.
That was a good dinner we had that night, too, by the way.
It was, man. We had a good time. We had a really good time. All right, here we go. Arizona Cardinals. Their starters, Marquise Brown, who they traded a first-round pick for. He's now in a contract year. But he played really, really well down whenever he was with Kyler Murray. And then Kyler Murray got hurt. Rondell Moore, and then Greg Dortch. As my number 3. That's their 3. Very small. Probably the smallest wide receiving core in the NFL by a large margin.
But quick and fast.
Very quick, very fast. Again, they are kind of air raid system is what they were. Now they're backups. They go out and draft a much larger wide receiver, Michael Wilson, in the 3rd round out of Stanford. Love him. Zach Pascal, probably the biggest wide receiver in the NFL. Chris Pierce Jr., Daniel Arias, Brian Cobbs, Andre Basilia, and Brandon Smith round out their wide receiver core. A lot of bodies, but they got 3 tiny starters, 2 big backups. What's your overall assessment of these guys, Wayne?
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, they got the veteran in Pascal. He used to be with the Colts. It's going to be interesting to see if any one of the 3 wide receivers, they like to run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. So it's going to be interesting to see if they substitute speed for body and size. I think Michael Wilson is going to be kind of like that. What's the kid from Indianapolis? The Pittman kid, I think.
Yeah, Michael Pittman.
He's going to kind of resemble him in this system. So we'll see. I mean, look, they have, I think we summed it up, quick and speedy wide receiving core. Now, they all can't line up in the slot, right? I mean, they all can, but they can't do it at the same time is what I'm trying to say. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do like to use Rondell Moore, sort of kind of like how we use Deebo Samuel out of the backfield, but he does not take the hits as well as Dortch. So that's how they used to use them. That's what Kingsbury used to do. We don't know what this new coach is going to do, so we kind of don't know how they're going to play in 2023. But speed is the way I feel like they are. That's it. If they can beat you deep, which the 49ers don't necessarily get beat deep defensively, so this will be interesting. They're gonna have to catch the ball underneath and be yak guys.
Yeah. It's a weird group. 420 says Hopkins not in Arizona is good for Arizona. He's a distraction diva. Man, I don't know how we got that diva mind label.
I don't get diva from Hopkins.
I don't either, man. I know he's his own agent, and I know that he really likes to dress well. Well is a bit of a stretch, but he likes to dress flashy, which is cool. I don't know. I've always considered Hopkins just a worker.
I mean, at one point, he was the best wide receiver in the league, and then Devontae Adams kind of started rising up.
I agree.
And now you got the Justin Jefferson. But at the end of the day, like, I don't get diva from Hopkins. What I do get is you're not going to play him. He's going to get his money. And he's had 1,000 seasons, like every season except for last season, due to injury.
Yeah.
So you can look at it like that. I mean, the dude is super consistent. Think about his time in Houston. I mean, the dude was catching passes from who?
Schaub. Yeah, Kyle Shanahan would approve.
Right. So
that's about it.
It's a little stab. At the end of the day, like, this dude could catch touchdown passes. He was catching touchdown passes from Colt McCoy. It didn't really matter. I think what happens is he doesn't new coach, new system, new this, no quarterback. Kyler Murray's whatever. Like, he wants to play football. He had a down year last year, right, because of the injury. And then all of a sudden, he's like, nah, I'm not going through this. They're going through all these changes. Bump me, get me out of here. I mean, he's going to Tannehill, or whoever's the quarterback at Tennessee. But, I mean, he can catch touchdown passes from just about anybody. He caught them from all those other quarterbacks we named.
Yeah, but he went for money. And, hey, man.
I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, I got to pay my bills, and he got to pay his too.
And this may be his last tier contract. So I think people forget football. Like, look what's going on with the running backs. I mean, it's a totally different position. It sucks. It's not good. I think the way they treat the running back position is totally bad. I know it's not a running back show, but what's happening to Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs, I think is just ridiculous in the NFL. But it's just the way the NFL is working. And I don't know how they're going to be able to change that, John. But
Shanahan's trying. He's paying a running back. He's paying two.
Yeah. Well, two.
Yeah, Kyle Juszczyk, he's getting paid.
Yeah. I keep forgetting these. Yeah. But they're not just running backs. Right. And so Kyle Shanahan is funny. The way he works in words, the position and what their responsibilities are a little different. So yeah, you're labeled a running back, so I can put you in that tier, but I'm gonna need you to do this, and this. Like, that's Kyle. So he doesn't mind paying.
Was on all the special teams. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's getting paid, but he's covering kicks and punt team and all that stuff.
For sure.
So Marty Marr, he says, yo, why are they doing the running backs dirty with the payout? It's bad. And I'll say this. When the CBA was up for a vote a couple years ago, the owners did it dirty. It's sneaky. What they did was, instead of trying to help everybody, they realized they just needed a majority vote. So all they did was increase the back end of the roster pay for undrafted free agents and all the back end guys, push the vote through with like less than 24 hours warning. Nobody had time to go through it.
Crazy.
And it was smart, but they screwed them over there. When that CBA passed, that's when the fate was sealed for the running backs, because the NFLPA was trying to put limits on the franchise tag. That didn't go through. And now running backs are screwed. So if you are a parent and your kid plays football, do not let them play running back. Don't do it.
It just sucks because, I mean, if you listen to what, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, some of these running backs spoke out and said, it's like, try playing football without a running back. Just try it. Like, I would love to see one team try to play football without the running back position. There will be no play action pass. The defenders will play pass all damn day. And and if you got a group of linebackers like the San Francisco 49ers, it's interception city. Like, they're gonna play pass. Like, there's more people and now what are you gonna do? So, like, try playing football without the running back. I understand what these organizations think they're doing from a business mind, but come on, man, you can't use and abuse them and then just throw them away like they trash and replenish them with a young stud. Like, if you got a game changer, like a Barkley, like a Jacobs, these are game changing players. I can see if it was somebody you drafted didn't really pan out, you want to move on from them. That's cool. But hey, not our money. And Kyle Shanahan paid Christian McCaffrey. How dope is that?
Yeah, traded for a $12 million contract. added a little extra gravy on it and the restructure. I think he's making just over 16 this year, but not cap wise. That's
not cap wise, correct?
Not cap wise, but cash wise. And so taking care of your people, and Christian McCaffrey deserves it all. Now, the one thing that I'm not saying our running backs should be paid top tier money, but the fact that the average kicker salary is higher than the average running back salary,
that's a problem.
That's an issue. That's an issue.
That's a problem.
Damon, thank you for the super chat. He says the amazing positivity that y'all always have, and I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
And Damon, you had another question on here. I'm going to ask you to clarify it a little bit. It's one of your keep trade. I think there might be a typo in there, so can you redo that for me? And then I'll get to that whenever it's on there. So I think I just misread it. I'm not a very smart man.
I think he's saying Bosa. I'm not sure what.
I don't want to.
I got you. I saw Charles Haley up there though.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump now to the Los Angeles Rams and their non-existent fan base. Let's go through their depth chart. What? Hey, I lived in LA for 7 years and I didn't meet one.
There's no fan. I got you. I mean, they Levi South. I'll let that resonate for.
They don't show up ever, man. They won the Super Bowl. Nobody even knew. Nobody even knew.
They only show up to Laker games. Leave it at that.
And the Dodgers, Lakers, Dodgers,
and the Dodgers. That's right.
Yeah.
Which the Mets just whipped that ass. All right, let's go.
I hate the Mets, but I'll always cheer that on. All right. So Cooper Kupp. Let's just be honest.
I mean, come on,
wide receiver in the division.
in the NFC West.
You could argue,
there's no argument.
He's great. Triple Crown winner just 2 years ago.
Now I would say this: if Hopkins was here, we would have an argument.
Yeah, I'd still take Cooper Kupp now, but yes. You're correct. But then it's just a steep drop off. You got Van Jefferson, Ben Skowronek. That's their starters.
I like Van though. See, Van is getting the cold shoulder because of the injuries, but you have to be healthy, so that's part of the game. But I like Van. I think Van is a good number 2.
Would you rather have Juwan Jennings or Van?
That's different. I don't know, because I feel like Van is more of a route running type of wide receiver. He can get down the field. He has more speed. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Interesting. I still would take Jennings though.
Yeah, I think
Jennings blossomed into. Jennings' issues are just him seeing the ball in his hand because he's trying to run. He's trying to get yak. Listen. Juwan Jennings, if you're watching the show, I love you, bro. I celebrated your birthday for you. Let me just remind you, don't worry about the yak. Just catch the damn ball. Like, that's it. Just catch the ball. Let the yak guys get the yak.
What a cool scene at his youth camp.
Oh, wow, I know.
He's a man, and the Niners have a type. They want badass MFers on the field that want to start fights. Brandon Ayuk, Debo, Jennings. There's not a tougher. I'm picking those 3 wide receivers to fight against anybody
in the league.
I mean, they just want to fight, which Ayuk wasn't like that, but now Frankenstein freaking.
Well, what happened was Fred Warner, probably jabba-jawed him 1-2 times, and he didn't like it. So
he punched Fred Warner in the face.
That's what.
That's brave.
I love it, yo. Fred probably took it on the chin and said, "Good, young Padawan. I'm teaching you well."
I ain't punching Fred. We met Fred.
I'm not. Yo, he's so
huge.
on TV they don't look as big in real life. I didn't know he was 6'4".
Yeah, he's big, man.
I didn't know he was that tall. I'm like, okay, all right, yeah. Because remember I asked him who would win between him and Josh Hockett when we had Hockett, as a fullback. That was fun.
Yeah, that was
Hockett even said that Fred would beat him in a boxing match.
Which is crazy because Hockett's like professional.
He's a UFC, but different though. See, it's different. UFC and boxing is totally different rules.
Very true. All right, so back to the Rams. Their starters, Kupp, Jefferson, Skowronek. Backup, they drafted Puka Nacua in the 5th round.
I like Puka out of was it BYU or Penn State? BYU. I liked him. Nice catch radius from that kid. He had a great freaking Senior Bowl, and I believe his brother played wide receiver for the Packers at some point, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, he was the most Cooper Kupp type guy in this year's draft.
Facts.
And they got a type. Demarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell's never panned out, and they got a bunch of just undrafted free agents on the back end. Austin Trammell, Lance McCutcheon, Xavier Smith, Tyler Hudson, Tyler Johnson. So, all right, Wayne, talk to me about the Rams wide receiver group in a whole. If you bunch them together, what comes to mind?
Well, I mean, Cooper Kupp's gonna raise the stakes for this particular team because you got the number one wide receiver in the NFC West, in my opinion, and he's probably top in the league when healthy. All right, Cooper Kupp's on the field. It's like they're going to go to him, but he's guaranteed to get you a first down. Guaranteed, like he's just Cooper Kupp. But we're talking about groups, so I mean, this is tough because I can't put them last as of yet. I can't.
No.
I can't.
Well,
Not with Cooper Kupp.
Just covers so much.
Not with Kupp. So right
without
now,
Kupp, this might be the worst wide receiving core in the
without
NFL.
Kupp, this is the worst receiving core in the NFC West. Maybe in the NFL.
Yeah. All right.
So they're right now they're number one. Cardinals are number two.
Oh, we got a message. We got a spicy one. Look at this.
Uh-oh.
From Savage. LA Rams could be second in the NFC West. Don't underestimate Stafford. Seattle is overrated.
Ooh.
I disagree. I
don't see. I don't. First off, all right. First, let me address the end. I don't think Seattle's overrated. If you look at what they did, they drafted very well. I never ever in my life has said that Seattle drafted well. This particular year, they drafted very well. How many of the players they drafted, John, did we have on our big board?
Oh, yeah, I said they're using my damn big board to draft.
See,
I mean,
they drafted very well with Jackson Smith and Jigba, and then they got the
Derek
kid from
Hall.
Michigan. They got Byron. There was two of them.
Byron Young.
They drafted very well. Now, will those picks pan out? I don't know. But Seattle's always coached well, so it's hard for me to say that they're underrated. I don't think the Rams can finish second in the NFC West, not with their schedule and not the way their roster is set up. John, what are you thinking?
Roster's bad. I think Stafford's going to have to be in the MVP type category just for them to be at a 500 level. He's going to have to play one of his best seasons of all time. Now, Stafford's always turned the ball over a very high margin, but I don't know, man. There's just nothing there. So coaching matters. Seattle has a good coach. The Rams have a good coach. Both Super Bowl winning coaches, both get the most out of their talent. So I do think that they're going to be fighting for second and third spots. But when we get finished with this ranking of the wide receiver position and we go through our numbers, I think that's going to be interesting because I think we're going to be I've been shocked every time we do each position by how bad the Rams are.
Okay. That's fair.
So, all right, having said that,
Seattle,
let's do it right here. All right, this pretty damn good group. Starters: DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, who they got in the first round. We bet that, by the way. So if you bet with us in the draft, we bet JSN would go to Seattle. We made some good money on that one. Backups, not bad. Dwayne Eskridge hasn't really panned out. Cade Johnson, Derek Young. Then they got a bunch of backup. Jake Bobo out of UCLA this year. John Hall, Matt Landers out of Arkansas. Tyron Lindsey, Aesop Winston Jr., Cody Thompson. So that's a good group, man.
It's a good group. I will. They might got the best trio in the NFL.
In the NFL. Now, Jackson Smith and Jigba hasn't played yet.
I don't care. I listen. All Ohio State wide receivers pan out. So let's keep it at that. This hasn't been one Ohio State wide receiver that hasn't panned out. And I don't know why we don't draft Ohio
all the
State.
Wide receivers pan out, the quarterbacks not so much.
That's totally different conversation. But that's not a stab at Fields. It's just a totally different conversation. I think Fields is going to be all right. But at the end of the day, those receivers just pan out. But I realize why the Niners don't go after those receivers, and it's because of this, and it's because of this. The heart, like they don't have that mentality. Like, they're receivers, they're flashy, they whatever, they get over. Cool. But if you play for the Niners, what do you got to do to play wide receiver for the 49ers, Joe?
You got to block and you got to
gotta
get yards
block.
after the catch.
You gotta get yards
Tyler
after the
Lockett
catch.
is the biggest antithesis to what Kyle Shanahan wants. He catches, falls straight down, no contact. I mean, that dude doesn't get yak in flag
He's the
football
X
leagues.
button of John Madden. Like, you catch, the safe catch, so you don't get hit. That's him. That's him.
Yeah, it's just different. And so Debo, he fits the mold, or sorry, DK fits the mold. Jackson Smith and Jigba does, but again, not physical.
No. Right.
So they've got tiny little guys and DK Metcalf. Now, you said best trio in the NFL. I agree with you. This is Tyler Lockett.
That's a tough trio, y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear these words that are coming out of our mouths, but please understand that we're literally like breaking their trio down. This is not a stab at the Niners. That trio's tough.
Tyler Lockett has 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and the one right before they had 965 yards. He has never missed a game. So we're making fun of him for falling down all the time. He's never missed a game.
It works for him. I said he's the safe catch guy, right? He's the safe catch guy, but he's a problem. You have to account for him. And now they're gonna have Smith and Jigba probably lining up in the slot or utilizing Lockett in the slot, putting a Jigba outside with his speed. He's a smaller guy, but listen, it's going to be a problem. Now the question is, can Geno Smith go through the progressions? Now that's a different story, but I'm just going to say their wide receiver trio is pretty damn tough.
Yeah, and if Geno does fail this upcoming year, Debster, what's up? She says, let's see how Geno does this year first. Yeah, I'm with you. But his targets are legit. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they're very
highly
very
efficient. Wasn't he second to Brock Purdy or first? Like, he was Geno Smith was highly efficient last year because he did a lot of the 49ers passing, a lot of dinky dunks, quick throws on the boots, the boot actions rights, the boot action lefts. That was Geno.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, before we get to the 49ers, I want to say, shout out to Peachy. She put up there the 49ers Rush road trip and all that stuff. Come party with us at some point this year. I had no clue that my line of work would take me to, I'm finalizing a t-shirt order for this year. I never knew I would be spending thousands of dollars on t-shirts and flags. I just didn't know that was going to be part of my life. But here we are. It's what it is. And I made this cool flag. I'm so excited about this. The Come Say Hi flag. We want people to join. Not everybody knows about us. Not everybody listens to the show, which is, a bummer, but we're trying to build the community. And if you haven't yet, you got to come out and party with us. 49ersrushroadtrip.com. Here's a quick ad. We'll be right back. But it's again, if you want to know what it's like to party with us, check this out.
Going to 49ers games is awesome. But what's even better than that is going to 49ers games with the faithful, joining the community. And we got you covered. The 49ers Rush Road Trip is going into its 4th year of bringing the faithful together. Night before parties, tailgates the day of. We got you covered. Go get your tickets at 49ersrushroadtrip.com.
Ooh. And we added a whole bunch of home games. So check this out of the graphic if you're watching. But, man, we got 12 events going this year. We've got the Steelers game, at home Giants, at home Cardinals, at home Cowboys. We got 3 straight home games. We're going to Monday Night Football in Minnesota, at home Bengals. That might be the game of the year, week 8. Jacksonville, we're going at home versus the Bucks. Seattle, that's going to be a fun one. Thanksgiving Day food tailgate, short week. That's for the division. Then 2 weeks later at home against the Seattle again, going to Arizona, and then finishing up the season. Guess where? At home versus the Rams. That's a flex date, so we'll have to stay tuned on the dates on that till the NFL announces it, but it'd be a Saturday or Sunday game. Pumped, man.
Fun. Yeah.
Pumped, man.
I'm jealous.
So excited.
But yeah.
We'll get Wayne will be out there.
I wish I could move to the West Coast just during football season. I'm working on that. I
got a room. I'm just saying. It's yours if you want it.
I'm working on it. I got you.
All right, let's go Niners. Let's talk Niners wide receiver room. Pretty damn good. Debo, Ayuk, Jennings. Those are the 3 starters. Has been for back-to-back years now.
Sure.
Backups, Ray McLeod, Danny Gray, can he pan out? You drafted Ronnie Bell in the 7th, Chris Conley, Tay Martin, Daz Newsome, Willie Snead, Isaiah Winstead. What do we got there, Wade?
They're pretty stacked at this position. You can see that the Niners, the way that they handled this offseason with the draft and the free agency, like you said, they have a type. Which receivers will pan out. Now, wide receivers typically, especially for the 49ers, like they typically get injured a lot, like hamstrings, like these little soft tissue injuries. So you got to be stacked. You got to be ready to go. And so, like, looking at this unit, if I feel like the unit overall, because first of all, I know Brandon Ayuk is our number one wide receiver. I think everybody will agree with that, but Deebo Samuel will still always be like the number one option that teams are going to like try to take out, right? Like it's just because of his star ability. Like he has that star ability to just change the game on one play. Whether it's a deep pass down the field, whether it's a 1 yard pass, he takes it to the house, whether he's running out of the backfield, and so that's going to make him be held more accountable. And so he's kind of close to like that Cooper Kupp-ish, like he's in that category. He's not Cooper Kupp as a wide receiver because Deebo can't get open. Cooper Kupp could get open on every play.
Yeah.
He
finds space.
Right. But Deebo, if you could get the ball in his vicinity, if you get the ball in his hands, it's always a possibility of it being a touchdown. I think that's the fear he puts. Plus, he's going to run you over, and he's looking for contact. I don't know. I wouldn't want a wide receiver looking for contact. But then you got Brandon Ayuk, which is just he turned into a route machine, right? And a dog. And so, now it's crazy, John.
No, I'm sorry. You were cooking, and I messed it up, man. I got to shut my mouth more whenever.
No, it's just crazy when you think about it, because I said that I think Seattle may have the best trio in the league. They definitely have the best trio in the West, but the unit, if let's say each team goes with 5, let's say 5. I think the 49ers 5 is better than any one of the other 5s from these teams.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with that. Look at the president says Ayuk will take it to another level this year. I went back and I watched the Cowboys game this year, the divisional round playoff games where we beat them again. We beat them back-to-back years, so you have to kind of differentiate what time we knocked Dallas out of the playoffs. But if you go back 2 years ago, Ayuk just cooked Trayvon Diggs the whole time. The whole time. And then this year, they were petrified of Ayuk. And we had a slow start offensively, the Niners did. But then you had the huge George Kittle play over the middle where Brock Purdy hit him. They had triple coverage on Ayuk. And so who do you want to stop? You got to pick. Once they figure out who you're trying to stop, they just go to the other options. And I'm excited this year, man. What's up, Lee? The press. Freaking love it, man. I love it. Yeah, right here. Love BA blocking downfield. It's elite. You look at those Deebo highlights from this year, which he had quite a few still. You see Brandon Ayuk, number 11, blocking downfield.
He's the best blocking wide receiver. Him and Jawan Jennings.
Jennings has a much higher grade. I mean, Jennings is like a freaking crack fiend.
But his grade is higher, John, because he's not on the field less too. I would say that Brandon Ayuk sees a lot more snaps, so there's a lot more body of work to be accounted for. But they're tough. The question is, who's going to be that next person? Because you said if Danny Gray pans out, looks good, but we got to put the pads on. I think special teams helped him out as far as his toughness, his physicality.
Right.
And he may be the team's new gunner. He finished gunning last year. He finished as the gunner. So we'll see what happens.
He was killer at it too, man.
Killer.
They couldn't touch him.
Oh my gosh.
And so, man, you find your spot on special teams, you're going to find a spot. That's all I'm saying. Look at 49er Jeff. I'm excited about the Super Yak Bros, CMC, Kittle, BA, Deebo. I want to throw Jennings in there, but yeah, I'm with you. What's 49ers, up,
49ers, Jeff, I got to give him a quick shout out, man. He's been a
Yeah.
member of the Breezy's bunch for 7 whole months, bro. That number 7 is pretty cool, man. We're
That
many
is
days
awesome.
away from training camp, too, by the way.
Woo!
Mm.
There you go, man. You
Philip,
get your
what's
guy.
up, bro? I got
at
to meet
Debo.
Philip, remember, at
Yes.
Miami? It was us against Miami,
I
right?
think it was the Miami game. It was Miami or Seattle, but yeah, it was one of those.
I think it was
And
Miami because it was in California.
He won
and
an autographed Fred Warner jersey.
You took
if
the
I
words
remember
right out of my mouth because it's Fred Warner days until kickoff, baby.
Is it really?
You said
is.
54.
It is. Yeah. Yesterday was Ahmad Brooks. Day before was Quan Alexander.
The
Today is Fred
linebackers,
Warner.
baby.
Oh, speaking of that party, look who we got here. Maria Garcia. Man, she
What's up,
her and
Maria?
her boy are just two of the greatest people ever. I know she don't make a lot of live shows, but man, thank you, Maria. And
Wait a
I'm so
minute.
pumped.
My birthday was one of the best birthdays ever, right?
She showed up with a bottle of Patron. It was a big bottle too. She said, "Hey, we gotta finish this," and we finished it.
We finished it, and then went out to eat. We waited on the longest service ever. I can't remember the name of that place.
We don't want to. We don't want to say that one.
Okay, John, you're so good. I was gonna blow them up. Free food next time we come out there. That service was terrible. Maria, what was the name of the place?
So much. I don't. No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. It
Put
was
in
a
the
great,
chat.
fine establishment. It's what it was. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Maria. Just saying her name. Seeing all these names in here just makes me happy. I smile a lot. Look at Debster. Debo's got something to prove this year because of how he thought he played
Debster.
last year.
Listen, Debster. You made mention of him working out. This is why I said don't worry about his workout. That cat has something to prove. And that's what you gotta love about the mentality of this 49ers team, right? These guys put in time in, time out. They got that Mamba mentality where they're gonna go extra, go hard, or go home. And think about this. How cool is it since his rookie season, except for one of his seasons, like he's been contesting for a championship, right? And so like Super Bowl, NFC Championship, like Debo is ready. He's been ready to hoist that Lombardi. So you're right. He has a lot to prove. And I think one of the things he wants to prove is the fact that he can stay healthy. And so, because he knows that he needs to be available in order for his team to be successful. So shout out to Debo Samuel. Shout out to all the boys out there that's getting it in, getting their training on, and they're going to come into camp healthy. And then we're going to see how it ends.
I'm taking the Debo over week 1. I don't give a damn what it is.
I'm with you. I'm going to learn how to do it, and I'm doing it with you.
Hey man, we're gonna make some money. We're gonna make some money
Let's
this year.
do it.
We've done well. We've done well. So here we go. Let's do this. Okay. We're gonna start ranking these 4 groups, and I want everybody in the chat as well. Who has 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay. So put 1, who's the best team, and we're gonna start at 4, Wayne, and work our way up like we have. Who has the ooh.
We might differentiate at 4, John. I'm not sure where you're going with this one.
You first, my friend.
I'm going Cardinals 4.
We do
I'm
not
going
disagree.
Rams 3.
We do. It's the Cooper Cup effect.
It's the Cooper Cup effect.
They're both bad. Now Marquise Brown's decent. Rondell Moore's decent.
Did you hear what you just said?
Yeah, they're both bad.
They're both bad.
Yeah, there's a big difference between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Big difference.
I'm with Benji on this one. I'm going
yeah?
Cardinals 4. I like Marquise Brown, but he hasn't panned out to me. His speed, that's about it. If he can't beat you over the top, he's a non-mother-freaking factor. Cooper Kupp will get open.
Man. But I don't take him serious. You don't almost retire at 25 years old, and then, I don't know.
I forgot about that.
He's good, though. He's good, though. Benji's got Rams as 3, too. Look, we need Benji. Look at this.
Ooh,
Terror. Look at Terror. What's up, Terror?
Ooh.
He's awesome. Rams cards. He's got Sea Chickens, too. 1 you already know.
Look at
I
what
do like
Peach
Michael Wilson,
said.
though.
I like Michael. He's going to be a great pickup. Especially for a guy like Colt McCoy, if that makes any sense.
Which, man, you should not be banking on Colt McCoy being your guy.
I'm not. I'm just saying that's a big target, hard to miss.
All right, who's your number 2? Oh, look, he's going back and forth. He's going back and forth. Who's your number 1 or 2? How do you want to do this?
I don't.
You want me to tell mine first?
No. All right, my number two. Ooh, my number 2 has to be Seattle, because after the 3, it's a drop. Dwayne
Oh, it's
Eskridge,
huge.
he hasn't panned out, and I can't tell you who those other guys are. I could trust Ray McLeod. I can trust. I don't know about Danny Gray, but I feel like he can come in and he could, if he can get open from like a Trey Lance type of get open, that's a touchdown. Oh my gosh, like that's a touchdown. You know, I don't know, man. I got Seattle at 2, even though I love that trio. Like, I will draft their wide receivers over ours in fantasy football.
Y'all a bunch of homers.
I'm not being a homer.
Hey, if you are in this chat and you bring up Waffle House, I'm going to smile. Wayne knows about my affinity with Waffle House.
So, John, let me tell you about. So, John has a. John messed me up, because when I went to Alabama, all I ate was Waffle House, because they had them on every corner. I was like,
Cali, man.
And it was cheap. So at the end of the day, you could get breakfast for $8. I mean, full breakfast, wonderful. Pancakes, you name it. So, yeah, John, damn you. That's why I'm in the gym now, because I ate Waffle House every day for 5 days.
I was raised in a Waffle House. My dad worked construction in Georgia, and so we were always out of town. So his office were Waffle Houses. So he would do like his payroll and books and all that stuff. And so I just grew up at a Waffle House, man. That's where I belong, dude. I've been in so many wonderful altercations in that wonderful establishment.
I understand.
Now, I will say this. I disagree with you. I have the 49ers 2, and I have the Seahawks 1.
And I like the disagreement. It's tough because it's the trio. But see, our receivers, our duo, our duo to me can hold their own. But
yes,
I know
I'll take Debo and Ayuk over DK and Tyler Lockett.
See what I'm saying? And then when you add in that freaking
Juwan Jennings versus Jackson Smith and Jigba is not close for me. I love Juwan.
But go for
Ray
over anyone over any one of their guys. He's gadget, but
okay. Let me ask you this: Juwan Jennings and Ray McLeod versus Jackson Smith and Jigba and Dwayne Eskridge. You're talking about a 1st and 2nd round draft pick.
Yeah, Eskridge isn't it.
But it's close. But it is close.
Eskridge won't ever be it. He's not it.
Gotcha. I like Kate Johnson, but he's an undrafted guy.
Yeah, Eskridge won't be it. He doesn't fit that system. So it's unfortunate. Yeah. But we said unit. And last time I checked, this 5 in our unit that we would like that we feel like can do. It is what it is. Seattle is tough though.
Yeah, I got them 1. I think that trio, that's what broke the. But wherever you have the 49ers and Seahawks, they're in a tier of their own. And yeah, you could put them wherever. These are just rankings. It doesn't affect anything. But I think that wide receiver ranking is pretty damn good. And so that's where I would put them, and that's okay.
And what would have made this even harder was Hopkins staying in Arizona. Then we really would still be here. Because we'd have to factor him in.
Then they could possibly be. They would be above the Rams if they had him still
easily.
Oh, look at Lee. AJ Jenkins was a 1st round pick. Just saying, yeah.
Oh no. But Smith and Jigba was different.
Yeah, he's different. Nobody expected AJ to go in the 1st round except for Balky. That was the only one. All right. So
wait, you did this. So is that insinuate?
I'm not saying anything, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything. I'm staying away. Now, let's tally these bad boys all the way up. I already did it. And last place, do you want to guess who got? So again, it's like a golf score, right? So you get a 1, 2, 3, or 4 for every unit group, and you add them all up, and this is what you get. So the larger the score, the worse your team is. Anybody want to guess who got dead last? Was it the Cardinals or the Rams? Who got last?
Got to be the Rams.
Rams by a lot. They got 43 points. 43. Cardinals got 36.
Okay. All right. Seattle.
But the Rams were dead last in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 categories. 9 position groups. The Rams were dead last. Cardinals were dead last 3 times. Rams are bad, man. Whoa. Here we go. Wayne, Waffle House does not sell pancakes.
They sold me pancakes because I asked for pancakes.
They upgraded.
Yeah.
That was your mistake, my friend. I cannot believe you. Cannot believe you. I was offended. That's okay. I'm just joking. My wife does that too. I'm like, man, pancake.
Got
Waffle's
a
a
different.
pancake with abs. It holds your
It
syrup
is.
in, bro.
Waffle got the crunch, and the pancake is the fluffy stuff.
Now, Wayne's ranking for Seattle is 25 points. I gave him 24. We only disagreed on the wide receivers.
Wow, we were that close.
Yeah, 25 to 24. And me, I have the 49ers with 15. You have them at 14.
See, that's because of the wide receivers.
So Wayne's rankings, 49ers 14, Seattle 25, Arizona 36, Rams 43. That's a big jump from 49ers to Seattle.
Let me put this disclaimer out there, and I don't really care, but I just want to put this out there. I still feel like the Rams will finish third in the division.
Coaching matters. All-stars matter. Yeah, I mean, you're talking Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, and Stafford and McVay versus the Cardinals, who don't have a quality coaching staff, who don't have any Pro Bowlers. I would put, what's his name in the category for Pro Bowl? Budda Baker.
Oh, yeah.
That's
if he stays, right?
Yeah, I don't think he has an out. I don't think.
I mean, he wanted to be traded, so
he wants it, but you can't get traded after the draft. Oh,
Good
maybe
point.
they will. Maybe they will at like.
Well, this ends mid-season, but you usually don't see defenders getting traded at that trade deadline. But it's a possibility. Oh no, Minka Fitzpatrick did.
Yeah, he did.
Sugar.
Yeah. So get him out of the division. I'm cool with that.
I'm definitely cool with that.
He's so fun, man. Guy, he's awesome. But I don't know. I think that this whole practice has been interesting because it shows the depth of these teams. If nothing else, this just shows the quality of rosters. And the 49ers are by far the belle of the ball. I understand we're Niners people.
Well,
so
we are, but we talked about depth being the key. And so, like, listen, football is the sport where it's 100% injury. Like, it's something's gonna happen. And so when an injury occurs, it all comes down to your depth and how great your depth is. Now, the one thing I like about the 49ers' depth over a lot of the other teams is the depth is experienced. And I think that's what separates the two. This separates us from everybody else. When you have experienced depth, meaning that they were former starters, they've been on the practice squad for several years, they know the system. That's experience, opposed to just having some undrafted guys, rookies, things like that you're expecting to come in and take over if something goes down. Now, who makes the 53? That's a whole nother conversation.
It's hard, man.
I like the depth of the 49ers, and I think they have the best depth in the NFC West. They might have some of the best depth in the NFL.
I agree with that. I agree. They've built this roster well, and it just gets better and better every year. I would take the 2023 49ers over the 2022 ones.
I think so too, without a doubt. It's a no-brainer.
Such a big signing, man. I'm excited, man. Man, this has been fun, Wayne. This has been a fun practice. Now we're going to, the next time you see us, Friday morning, 8 a.m. my time. What is that? 11 your time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm smart. We are going to start drafting. We want to do offense or defense first?
I want to do a poll and then let them decide. So
Wayne just doesn't want to let me prepare for this. That's what.
Absolutely not. We're going to do this.
All
John.
that was.
Nope. So you could do the poll. Just don't have the results until Friday morning at 7 a.m.
Oh, fun. You know what you just told me? All I got to do is prepare for both sides of the ball. That's fine by me. It's going to
be interesting. So let's let them vote. We could do it on the show too. We could do it right here on the show on Friday if you want.
You're trying to make it live. Look at this, dude.
I love it. You know why? Because the interactions from them is like superb.
That's awesome. Okay, now we got a couple of comments to get back to. Now,
I got a question. You want to play a game?
Yeah,
what movie is that from?
That's Saw.
Yeah, Saw every movie.
I love movies, man.
Oh my gosh,
movies and music, baby. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I was born to win trivia competitions.
That's what's
drink too much.
Speaking of trivia, guys, that's another reason why you want to be at the 49ers Rush shows, because the trivia's I make them up on the fly, but John tries to come prepared. So, like, they're going to be off the rockers, man. I can tell you that
I'm
right
excited
now.
this year. We've got a lot more fun games. We got a custom set of what's it called? Cornhole that we're going to have out there for competitions. We're going to be having some flip cup. We're going to be having all kinds of trivia, competitions, and knowledge on the Niners. We got stuff going all the time, man, at these things. Now, back to Damon's question earlier.
That's what it was.
I didn't quite understand what it was. It's keep trade cut.
Red Dean.
Yeah. So Bosa, so
you got to cut
J.
2.
Bosa.
He said.
Yeah, you got to cut 2. He's making it even harder. Aldon Smith, Charles Haley, and Fred Dean. Okay, so you got to put these in order 1, 2, 3. Really,
I'm just telling you who I'm taking Bosa and Aldon Smith.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I can't believe I just left out Charles Haley.
Well, I mean, he's peeing on people's desks and lockers and all the
Poor
stuff.
Guy.
He's a trip, man. They got rid of him for a reason.
I mean,
he's
listen.
a hell of a player.
Ran into him at the stadium. He didn't really want to speak back, but he waved.
But I'll say this, Dean, he's in the Hall of Fame, but not for what he did for the Niners.
Correct.
He did have some good years with us, but it was on the back
end.
Yeah. I'm going Bosa and Aldon as well. That just not that Charles Haley. I mean, Charles Haley got 5 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Nobody else has any on this list. But you got to take the off the field stuff too, and not to say Aldon Smith doesn't.
Well, I mean, then we got to factor that in for Aldon.
That's rough. JC Montana says no Christmas game. Yeah, the wife lets me get by with a lot. She is not letting me. Christmas is her thing, man. So just to put this in perspective, I think we have 15 Christmas boxes that I had to move that are in this house, and we don't have room for it. Christmas, I'm not going to win that argument. She's letting me throw a party on Thanksgiving Day. If she's coming, she's going to be at the.
As long as I got my chicken wings over turkey wings, I'm good. Like, I just want chicken. I don't want no damn turkey on Thanksgiving.
I want tacos. We got to stay on the brand, man.
All right, we got to keep it right.
No, we're gonna have traditional Thanksgiving Day food out there, but we'll get some special wings for Wayne.
Thank you.
We gotta and listen to these comments right here. Michael, he says the event I went to last year was fun. Wish I had money for a game this year. Not possible. Need to meet Breezy.
Oh man,
yeah, I think Michael. We got a
wedding.
picture together. Me, you, and what's his name? Michael from Nothing But Niners. That was a good time. He came to that one. That was fun. Tara, look at this. I'm booked. See you on Pittsburgh. Woo! That's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. And I just want to say say thank you to everybody that's been here. And, I know that once training camp happens, the numbers on everything shoots through the roof. And so we don't have a lot of more times with you, the faithful of the faithful.
For sure.
And we are so grateful.
I think I miss them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I miss the camaraderie. I miss hanging out. I miss smiling. I'm tense though, because John always. So I somehow I get left in charge, and then John is out having fun, and I'm trying to figure out where are the tickets. Where's this? I'm not doing none of that shit this year. This year I'm having fun. You're gonna get the fun Breezy. Because John gonna be finding somebody else to work. I'm gonna have fun.
I'm cutting this clip, and it's gonna be your ringtone. I'm the fun Breezy. That's gonna be your I'm the fun Breezy. And every time Wayne gets mad at me,
I'm the fun Breezy. I got mad at John 3 times last year.
That's not bad. That's not better
bad.
than most.
That's bad. It's not bad.
That by morning. I mean, I'm just saying. So I'm just
we're
good.
I'm trying to cut the 3 into half. So I'm trying to do 1.5 times this year.
I'll get them out of the way early, so then we just get fun Breezy all the time.
Okay, fun Breezy.
Speaking of fun, Phil, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. He says Kittle may never be the tight end GOAT. My last episode was what would it take for Kittle to be the greatest tight end ever, which was fun. He says, but it'll always be first in the hearts of the faithful. Sure. Sorry, I'm late with the comment. No, don't apologize, Phil. That is a great comment.
Phil, do you think, and anybody else can answer this, do you think George Kittle is the greatest tight end of all time for the 49ers?
You got Brent Jones, Vernon Davis. I don't put Dwight Clark as a tight end.
No, he's a wide receiver.
He's a wide receiver.
Interesting, right? I feel like Kittle might be the best tight end at the 40. I loved Brent Jones though. Listen, you couldn't tell me nothing about 84, baby. Like Brent Jones, he caught everything and he did it like a ballerina and took lickings. Like he used to get hit. You know what I'm saying? Vernon Davis was dope too. it just took him a minute to get started. I feel like Kittle came in day one, knew how to play tight end, knew how to catch, knew how to run after the catch, knew how to block, and he just had to get into his football body. So that's an interesting topic.
Here's the thing. So they have the same amount of Pro Bowls. They both have 4, Kittle and Brent Jones. But Brent Jones has 3 Super Bowl. 3 Super Bowl.
That sets him. He also played with Steve Young and Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. And
now
he
I don't know,
can't do the Bosa. That's the context, man.
Yeah, you're right. Now, Vernon Davis, 2 Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl championship, but not with the 49ers. He didn't even play on the team, really. But he did lead the NFL in touchdowns with 13 in 2009, and he had 13 touchdowns again in 2013. But I'm going to go.
People are going with Brent, bro.
Brent Jones, George Kittle, Vernon Davis.
I'm going with Kittle. Kittle would be Philip said he's the fan favorite. Kittle is the epitome of what tight ends should be. He's the prime example of what a tight end is. Because last time I checked, tight ends have to block. Now I know certain tight ends took away from that because they were like former basketball players and they could just jump up and catch anything that came their way. But Kittle I just think he's the best tight end the 49ers ever had. Sorry, Brent Jones. It's not your fault. You played with Jerry Rice. Kittle didn't play with Jerry Rice. Kittle was the guy at one point.
All things considered, Dave says Kittle is the best, revolutionizing the position. Look at Joe. I've seen all the tight ends since Ted Qualick. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. For me, it's Kittle. I think he's the best. I don't think the longevity's there yet. He's played 6 years.
Good point.
But he could get there.
How many years did Brent play?
Brent played forever. So Vernon, he was with the 49ers for 10 years.
Damn, Kittle got a ways to go.
Jones was with the 49ers for 11 years. And Kittle's played 6. So I think the top of the game, Kittle gets it. But a little bit more. He needs a little more. Just a little more. Look at that. That's a hard decision, Wayne. I just hope Kittle can pass Brent. Brent was the best of all time. I love Brent Jones.
Brent was the man. I mean,
he
was a wide receiver. He was a wide receiver.
Yeah. Collie, I put Dwight Clark as a wide receiver. That's just me. Kittle has more talent. There we go. I like it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. This has been fun. We're going to be Friday on Wayne's show. Go subscribe if you haven't yet. It's the first thing in the description of this video, audio context, wherever it is. Go subscribe. We'll be there early. And I got to prepare for offense and defense now. Thanks a lot, Wade. Appreciate you.
Anytime, man. Whatever I can do to help.
All right. I have the button queued, which if y'all don't know this, I'm bad at. I have it queued. So, Wayne, you're the best there is. I'm not going to make you mad this time. I'm saving those 1.5 times for later.
Good. He's saving his 1.5 times. Listen, you guys are the best there is. Listen, the rookies are reporting to training camp. If they're not already there, they're going to be getting their hearts right, their legs right, everything right. They might get a little jump on something if they have some plays to work on. There's no coaches. But listen, I'm excited because 49ers football is officially back. The NFL is officially back. All right. Get ready, guys, because the shows are going to be pumping out on both channels. I can tell you that right now. Stay strong, faithful.